Welcome back, guys, to the state forest once again. This time in the snow. We get to go exploring in the snow, do some fishing in the snow, and do some cooking in the snow. Most of all, our first car camping trip in the snow. It's going to get down to 24 degrees. It's going to be a little bit cold. It's going to be some fun. Doesn't get much prettier than that, does it? I thought I was going to attempt to do some fishing. I worked my way down around the point here to kind of like a deep drop-off point at the lake here. When I got out there, it was so windy, I got snagged up like on my second cast, broke off, and then my fingers got too cold to tie another leader on. So, kind of moved out of the wind here to take a break and warm up a bit in the sun here. Whew. I remembered to bring my orange with me this time. This is the opening week of rifle season, so I'm trying to stay out of the woods where I think the hunters might be at. I don't want to ruin their hunt, and I don't want to put myself out there for no reason. I'm thinking I might try to find some of the streams around here and look for some decent places to do some trout fishing later this winter and then into the spring. There's lots of native brook trout here in Michaux State Forest, so I'd like to find a couple good places to try to get some brookies if I can. Does it look like I'm hunting? I'm out here in the forest. What's going on, guys? Just wanted to give you a quick update. This is getting close to the end of my first night here on this trip. Found a nice spot out here in the woods to come sit till it gets dark. Right close to a well-traveled trail that leads right back to the campground. I'm only probably like 300 yards from the campground. Just wanted to come out here and sit for a while, see if I could see anything, any squirrels or deer or anything like that. This is a section of the woods where there's not really anybody hunting. It's kind of just pine forest. There's also a family, lovely family, at the campground with me this time, so I'm not by myself, but they have their generator running. They're splitting wood, getting ready for their evening, so just came up here to get some peace and quiet. Kind of watching the sunset here through the trees. That's what I'm looking at here. Make sure you guys point out in the video if you see a Bigfoot. I think for dinner tonight, we're going to do some freeze-dried meals. Something quick and easy. The big surprise for this trip, though, we're supposed to get snow tonight. I think like around 5 inches of snow up here in the mountain, and that was one of my things I wanted to do, was I really wanted to come out here and film during a snowstorm. Do some exploring for some trout streams, do my best to film some really pretty shots of the forest with the snow. I think you guys will really enjoy it. Yeah, most of our other hunting buddies were kind of where the acorns are, down in the oaks, or hunting the power lines, or some of those areas that have been logged in the past have like fresh growth. Nobody really up here in the pines, but it's a perfect spot for me to sit, be out of everybody's way, and enjoy the sunset and enjoy hanging out, peace and quiet. Besides a couple airplanes, you know what I mean. I didn't show you guys me starting the fire, getting firewood. I got back to the car, to the campsite after dark. Spent some time hanging out in the woods. I did not see any deer. But we got freeze-dried meal for dinner tonight. Quick, easy, hot food. Cup and a half of water. Guess what, guys? I finally have measuring cups. Thanks to my lovely mother-in-law, she found these, picked them up for me. She saw my one video that I said I didn't have anything to measure my water, any measuring cups, so she was nice enough to pick me up some measuring cups. I very much appreciate that. Thank you, Debbie. Love you. I'm actually going to, I'm not sure where this lovely pot has been recently, so I'm just going to boil some water in there first. Just to clean it out. That's good enough. Running out of gas. These butane bottles aren't working very well because it's so cold out, but I swapped it out for one that was in the car. It should at least get us to boil because this one's not empty at all. We did a burner's change. The little butane stove has let me down in the cold. Can't fault it. But we got some propane out now on this little stove. This thing will get it hot in just a second. Okay, I'd say we're hot enough. Oh no. Well, I think we've let our bag set long enough. Let's eat some dinner. It's only 6:48, but I'm not planning on staying up real late tonight because I want to get up early. Snowstorm is supposed to hit around 3 a.m. and I want to get up and do some filming for you guys in the snow. It's good. It's just as good as last time, guys. Like I said, this is Mountain House cheesy beef enchilada bowl. If you guys want something tasty, hot, quick, if your stove decides to work for you, go with this one. Dealing with a few minor issues with the butane, having to switch to propane, it's all worth it. I do the butane stove first because it's quick and easy. It's already locked and loaded, ready to go. But I know that really doesn't work in the cold. If you've ever tried to use a lighter in the cold, you know what I mean. Propane is kind of my next option, which I have the little propane burner. I got like 3 1-pound propane tanks. Final option, use the fire. Could have just used the fire from the beginning, but to be honest, I just already had you guys set up here ready to film. So if it was much colder than this, I'd just use the fire.
The King's List from the Sumerians is a total of 43,200.
I think that's where we're going to call it for night number 1. Had some freeze-dried food, pretty good. Met my neighbors over here. Name is Bob. He's got his nephews out camping and hunting with him. Really nice guy. Came over, talked to me for like 45 minutes. Strange not being here by myself after the last couple of trips, being all alone, but I'm glad to have some neighbors, especially nice ones. With that being said, it's 8:30. I think I'm going to get some sleep to get up early to see that snowstorm in the morning. I'm excited for that. Got some Outdoor Boys reruns on the laptop going till I fall asleep. Good first day. Bye. Good morning, everybody. Winter wonderland outside this morning. I'd say we have like an inch of snow, but it's coming down pretty heavy. Whew. Slept pretty good last night. Got a little bit chilled about, 2 a.m. Started the car for like 10 minutes. After that, we were good to go. Got some ice forming on these creeks. It did get down to 24 degrees last night, so it's pretty cold. Check out the beautiful pool here in this creek right along the side of the road before it goes into this bridge. And that same awesome pool continues over here. Snow's supposed to wrap up here about 11 a.m. It's roughly about 8 o'clock. So we'll see how much we get. Beautiful walking around out here in the woods in the snow, though. Finally heard a car go by. There hasn't been anybody out here this morning besides me. I was the first person to drive down the road this morning. Just walking up the road here to see if I can get any more access into the creek over here. It's really hard with all this mountain laurel. It's so thick to try to walk through it. Kind of successfully made myself too hot. I wore my snow pants, my insulated snow pants, and it's up to 29 degrees out. A little too warm. Sure, if I was sitting in a tree stand or at the bottom of a pine tree, I'd be getting cold, but not up and walking like this. I can see the water back through there, but I'm not getting through all this stuff. Some of these pools here in the creek are very small, but I think that's okay because brook trout are little tiny fish, especially around here. And I think it may see one. What you guys think? Is that a brookie? Just hanging out right there? I've made it down to the lake parking lot, and this is where the boat ramp would be. I'm going to remember this point here, though, for next summer bass fishing. Comes out into the water pretty good ways, and it's got real steep sides to it. And you can kind of tell that's a natural point, but it's always kind of cool to see that stuff out of the water. Couldn't help myself. Had to get out here and fish in the snow. It's one of the most beautiful things to do. Especially when I have some open water left. So here's the deal. Got one rod, one reel. If you know, you know. I don't know how deep this water is, because I would like some access to some deeper water, but we'll find out. Got a little blue crawl Ned rig on a chartreuse Ned head. So we'll fish until I get cold or until I break off, I guess. It's probably dumped another inch of snow just since we've been here walking around. Ooh. There's something out there. I don't know what it is. I'd like to have like that 15 to 25 foot of water depth. That's the problem when you're fishing from the bank and not from the boat. You're kind of blind casting. You don't know if there's a ledge out there, the water temperature, or the depth. Water temperature's cold. I know that. There's surface ice on it. certain places. Before we move here, I'll show you what I'm doing. Just a little Ned rig. I like going with that bright green or chartreuse. Sometimes it drives the smallmouth crazy. Mm-hmm. Oh. All right, guys, time to move. All right, guys, I made the long walk. Had to park way down there at this end and hike the whole way through the woods to get back to here. I'm good and hot now. Like I said, I'm overdressed. But this bank is much steeper, and it's kind of like a natural point here, so we're going to try to fish here for a bit. I will tell you guys one good thing. We are the only people on this lake. So you're not allowed to hunt in like the lake boundaries, so there's no hunters here. It's just us in the snow. All right, guys. We got one last spot to try. And this is definitely shallower with stumps and rocks. So we may lose our Ned rig, but we got to give it a try. Since we're not really having much luck fishing, I thought I might do something a little bit fun for you guys. I have this deeper, this mobile fish finder. Use it on your phone, hook it up to an app. Most of the time when I would use this on stream though, I would bring a second phone. That way I could show you in real time what I'm looking at and everything. I can't do that right now because I only have this phone that I'm filming with. So I'm just gonna put it on, check it out, and then I'll get back with you guys and tell you what I find. Big splash. I checked all around the point here, straight out, both sides, over there where the bank gets steep. The deepest water I was really able to find was like 14 feet. It all seems to be between like 11 and 14 feet. Now, if the lake was at full pull, full pull, full pull. If the lake was full, that would be like between 20 and 25 feet. So I'm assuming anything that's deep water related is going to be further that way towards the dam. I decided to go a little bit more multi-species. I have a #1 Meps tied on now. Oh, guys, I forgot to tell you what the water temperature was. It was 42.5 degrees. So definitely dealing with some cooler water temperatures, but we already knew that. How comes no one told me I had a goofy pine tree thing on my head? You guys don't like me or something? I just watched the video back to make sure that the audio was good after the last time. And I had this thing stuck to my head. These little pine puffies. I don't know exactly what they're called. They're right here on my head. Telling you what, guys. Check this out, guys. Up here is where the water level normally is. And way down there was where we were filming and fishing at. Made it back to the car, safe and sound, but now I'm wet. My jacket's wet from the snow and sleet, and I've been sweating. So I think I'm going to ride around, see what I can see, get my coat and stuff spread out in the car and get that drying out. Because I know it'll be cold later, and I'm going to want a nice dry coat. Always got to come back for the camera. Love ya. Check out this nice deep pool I found. It's several feet deep here under this rock. Also, got to give a shout out to my pops for hooking me up with a pair of boots. I haven't had a true like wintertime hunting whatever snow boots. Pops hooked me up. Been loving them. Thank you, Pops. Guys, every time I come out here, I'm trying to give you the best view possible. Every time I come out here, this is a place I like to stop when I'm in Michaux. Gives me a gorgeous view of the Cumberland Valley down below. Also looks west so you can see the sunset. A little cloudy today, so that's probably not going to happen. Whew. Yeah, it's hard to capture what it looks like on camera, but it's just a gorgeous sight down there. With that being said, guys, I do believe I'm going to end up heading home tonight. I wanted to stay tonight, but it sounds like we might get some freezing rain up here tonight, and it's already kind of slushy with the snow and everything, and I just don't want to risk getting stuck or, running into issues in the morning. Had an amazing trip, though. It was really cool to see the forest in the snow and explore and look for some trout streams. Do a little bit of fishing for some bass, even though we didn't catch anything. True Bullitt fashion, I've said that before. Something I do want to say, if you guys made it this far in the video, I appreciate each and every one of you. If you don't mind hitting that like button, doing a subscribe, helps me out a lot. This is a small channel that we're trying to grow. I appreciate everybody. But till I see you guys again, see you later, Michaux State Forest. Bye.